Okay, this is reported by the U.S. Sun, and they're reporting this that Shannon Sharpe has just lost his $100 million deal. That deal is no longer on the table. It's also been reported by several outlets as well as content creators that Shannon Sharpe has also lost major sponsorship deals. Boost Mobile, DraftKings has cut their alliances with Shannon Sharpe. If you've been paying attention to Nightcap, particularly last night, there were no advertisements, no DraftKings, no Boost Mobile, no nothing. He didn't even do any commercials in between the videos. And Chad Johnson pretty much put his jersey over the Boost Mobile symbol. So if you look at that and pay attention to that, it seems like Shannon Sharpe has already lost those deals. There's nothing on the horizon that maybe he can get those deals back. As far as the $100+ million contract that he was about to sign, that's no longer on the table. As well as ESPN, he's on hiatus. But the writing's pretty much on the wall. ESPN is probably going to let him go. They're already eyeing potential suitors that's going to replace Shannon Sharpe. I think one of the Travis Kelce brother is probably going to take, that's one of the rumors that's probably going to take Shannon Sharpe's place. But they're still eyeing other personalities. As well as you've been hearing a lot of people that worked at ESPN pretty much saying that they're severing their ties with Shannon Sharpe. A lot of people said that they didn't understand, particularly ESPN personalities that worked there. They just didn't understand why ESPN took so long to suspend him. They thought that should have been done immediately. And all this is, and the crazy thing about this is the sponsorship deals, the $100 million deal is off the table, as well as he's pretty much on leave from ESPN, but I don't see how he's going to get that job back. All this comes on the hiatus of Shannon Sharpe releasing those text messages he messaged to the girl who's an OnlyFans model. The OnlyFans model has sent back and forth messages between one of the two, and it looks bad. It looks extremely bad. There's people that work at ESPN that has a huge issue with him still working at ESPN, even when the text messages were released. Shannon Sharpe released some text messages. He also released the woman's name. He also said that he pretty much recorded an X-rated video. He said it's 10 minutes long, but he feels like Tony Buzzsaw Bugsby is going to just only show the worst part, which is 30 seconds. Fam, this man he hasn't fumbled a bag, and I've said this in other videos. He hasn't fumbled a bag. He just destroyed his own bag. Now, let's go into the possibility as far as the future of Shannon Sharpe. I don't think Shannon Sharpe has much of a future as far as a broadcaster. I think the NFL Network, if y'all think he's going to return back to the NFL Network, the NFL Network is not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Right now, Shannon Sharpe is radioactive. Him going back to Fox Sports 1, I feel like it's not only this scandal, but the way how he left Fox Sports 1, it seemed like he don't have a lot of people in his corner up there. That's the big wigs up there. They had an issue with Shannon Sharpe since day one. ESPN, they're a Disney-run company. They got stockholders. They got high-level people that is uncomfortable with this, and they're ready to just cut Shannon Sharpe loose. They want Shannon Sharpe, and this is pretty much a game between ESPN and Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe knows he's done at ESPN. ESPN knows that they're done with Shannon Sharpe, but Shannon Sharpe wants them to fire him. Maybe there's some language in the contract that he signed with ESPN stating that he gets to keep something of his money. Or if he gets fired by ESPN, then they still owe him. I don't know his contract, so this is all just speculation at this point. Wow. So I think Shannon Sharpe is wanting ESPN to fire him. And you know, that makes more sense because look, Shannon Sharpe just hanging in the wind. He knows he's done at ESPN. But as far as broadcasting deals go, I think that is over with. As far as these sponsorship deals, they're here today, gone tomorrow. So and I remember a lot of people had some scandals, some blemishes on their jacket, and then they just kept pushing their content, and then slowly but surely they're starting to get some of the sponsors that they lost, or different sponsors. Can this be the future of Shannon Sharpe? Possibly. I think Shannon Sharpe is entertaining enough. He's got the subscriber base. He's got the influence on social media. Man, yeah, maybe he can't get DraftKings. Maybe he can't get Boost Mobile. But that's not to say that maybe a year down the road, 2 years down the road, when all this blows over, which we're going to talk about a little bit later about how fast it's going to blow over. But he has a possibility to get something. All right. I've seen this with other people. I've seen this with Dr. Disrespect. A lot of people thought that he was done. Now you look at Dr. Disrespect. He got his monetization back from YouTube. He got some, he does have a few sponsors, not the big time sponsors that he's accustomed to he's used to. You know, Joe Budden has been in and out of scandals. It seems like he's bounced back. So it can be done. It's a possibility. Now let's get back to Shannon Sharpe. And my whole thing with Shannon Sharpe is, I feel like this is quietly, I think he's going to take the route of what Fox Sports 1, Skip Bayless and Joy Taylor is doing with their accuser. They're keeping it on the hush hush tip. They already reached a settlement, in my humble estimation. That is pretty much gone. Skip Bayless is not going to be ridiculed on social media. He's not losing a lot. Fox Sports 1's the same. Joy Taylor actually gets to keep her job at Speak. So they quietly settle with the hairstylist, and you don't even hear a peep about that stuff. I feel like Shannon Sharpe, first and foremost, I think he's going to quietly settle. So that means him and this OnlyFans model girl, they're going to be in the process of negotiation. I don't think they're going to take this to court, because if they take this to court, this looks real bad to Shannon Sharpe. I don't think there's no way in the world she's getting 50 mil. Maybe somewhere in the ballpark of 15 to possibly 20. I think 20 would really settle this, not only with the OnlyFans model, but with Tony. And they're gonna have there's gonna be language in that settlement where they destroy all the messages, the video, and everything. And Shannon Sharpe goes his way. The OnlyFans model, which is $20 million richer, goes her way. Tony Busby get a piece of that 20, and life goes on. I think the quicker he settles this, the better, because that $100 million deal could find itself back on the table. And Shannon Sharpe got a lot of people on his media company that he's got to take care of. He's got Bubba that he's got a podcast with Shay Shay Media. The Humble Baddies got a podcast with Shay Shay Media. Ocho, I believe he's a partner with Shay Shay Media. He also got his situation with Colin Cowherd and The Volume. So Shannon Sharpe's got, if he knows that his broadcasting deal is done, he knows he's going to have to, as far as this money goes with the podcasting and YouTube and things of that nature, he has to you know, get this behind him where people will stop talking about it so he can concentrate on his content, on his platform. And then, you know, hey, look, it's like one or two, he's one, maybe possibly two interviews away on Club Shay Shay that he can interview that all this will go away. But who will want to be in the same room with Shannon Sharpe after all this stuff went down? Yeah, so he can change his fortunes around. It's just he's going to have to be in the realization that, hey, look, we're settling so this can go away so people can stop talking about it and life can go on with me. So, yeah. That's all I got for today, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.